When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Skims or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. It's home of Shop Pay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/income.
This is The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic. Scroll social media for 5 minutes and you'll see it everywhere. Back-to-back marathons, multi-day ultras, run streaks that started in the Obama administration, people waking up at 3 a.m. for a quick midweek marathon before work. These stories are irresistible. They're dramatic, impressive, inspirational, and that's why they work. No one clicks on the story about the runner that took a smart recovery day and slept 9 hours. We celebrate the people who push through pain, stack impossible mileage, and never stop moving. The algorithm loves extremes, and over time, runners start absorbing the message that more is always better. This mindset especially hooks type A runners because running feels like one of the purest effort equals results sports there is. You work harder and you get better. Be more disciplined and you get faster. Push more, win more. Until one day, your nervous system no longer knows the difference between commitment and compulsion. A rest day no longer feels like recovery. It feels like falling behind. And this is not just about social media. It's about neuroscience. So how did recovery become the hardest workout of the week for so many runners? Let's find out. Welcome to The Planted Runner. I'm Coach Claire Bartholic, and my mission is to help you improve your running, your mindset, and your life with science-backed training and plant-based nutrition. On today's episode, you'll learn why productivity can become psychologically addictive, why many runners feel unsafe or uncomfortable when they rest, and how to reframe rest as an essential part of high performance instead of a sign of weakness. As a high-achieving go-getter myself, this episode really hits home for me, and you'll see that this topic isn't just about your running, but how you run your life. And if this resonates with you, you're the perfect candidate for the PR team. Accountability, community, and support matter when it comes to performance, probably even more than the training itself. But you'll get top-tier training customized just for you at the same time. This is the reason nearly all elite pro runners are a part of a training team. But this one is for runners just like you, all ages, all paces, who are doing the same thing and cheering each other on. I'll talk more about the team later on in the show, but if you are ready to learn more right now, head to theplantedrunner.com/group and stay tuned all the way to the end of the episode for another Mental Strength Minute. Fortify your mind in 60 seconds or less. One of the biggest reasons high achievers struggle with rest is because the brain learns to associate accomplishment with safety and reward. Research on dopamine, which is one of the brain's primary reward neurotransmitters, shows that anticipation and completion of tasks creates a reinforcing feedback loop. Every time you complete a workout, answer emails, hit a goal, or cross something off your list, your brain gives you a small chemical reward. There's just something about checking those boxes, isn't there? And this is not a bad thing. Dopamine is an important part of motivation, learning, and getting a lot of cool stuff done. But over time, some people become conditioned to constant stimulation and productivity. In other words, your nervous system starts to feel most comfortable when you're busy. That's why slowing down can feel strangely uncomfortable, even when your body desperately needs recovery. When external stimulation decreases, your brain may interpret that quiet as something being wrong. Suddenly, your thoughts become louder. You remember unfinished tasks and open loops you'd like to close. You start feeling restless or guilty. Some psychologists describe this as productivity-based self-worth, where people begin to evaluate their value primarily through achievement and output. Ouch. This hits home for me. How about you? This pattern is especially common among endurance athletes because running itself rewards consistency, discipline, and delayed gratification. Those qualities are incredibly valuable in training, but without balance, they can also become unhealthy. Many high-performing runners operate in a chronically elevated stress state without even realizing it. Research on the nervous system shows that prolonged stress can keep the body in a low-grade sympathetic state, commonly known as fight or flight mode. In this state, the body becomes highly accustomed to adrenaline, cortisol, stimulation, and forward momentum. When that happens, calmness can start to feel unfamiliar. Some runners interpret this feeling as laziness or lack of motivation when it really may just be nervous system dysregulation. Their body has become so accustomed to pressure and performance that true rest feels psychologically unsafe. I see this all the time in runners who genuinely believe they are being disciplined when they're actually overtraining. They constantly feel the need to do more because slowing down creates anxiety. Rest days become negotiation days instead of recovery days. And unfortunately, modern culture reinforces this mindset constantly. We are surrounded by messages that glorify overwork, exhaustion, and hustle. Being busy is often treated like a status symbol. People brag about how little they sleep, how much they work, how packed their schedules are. Social media rewards visible effort, constant improvement, and relentless optimization. But physiology doesn't care about hustle culture. The body adapts through a balance of stress and recovery. Exercise itself is not what makes you stronger. Exercise is the stressor. Adaptation happens afterward during recovery. Research in exercise physiology consistently shows that without adequate recovery, performance declines, injury risk rises, sleep quality worsens, and hormonal health suffers. This is why rest is not separate from training. Rest is training. But how can you truly accept that you're not losing fitness by resting? I'll go over that and share how I shifted my mindset on training and resting when we come back. For years, I thought I could figure almost anything out with Google, YouTube, and stubbornness. Actually, I still do for the most part. And with my running, that plan worked until it didn't. That's when I realized I was stuck and alone. So I sucked up my pride and joined a coaching community. And that changed my running more than any article I ever read. I didn't care about the group part at first. I just wanted better results for myself. But the group is what made that possible. I wasn't just hiring an expert coach. I was getting a team. And that's why the PR team works so well. People usually join for the custom training plan and the coaching, but why they stay, often for years, is because the community matters more than they imagined. A fun part for me every week is I record an exclusive private podcast for the team, talking through what matters right now, what I'd ignore, and where runners often waste energy worrying. And I love seeing new runners realize quickly that they belong there too. Curious about what it feels like to skip ahead and level up your running in months instead of years? Learn more today at theplantedrunner.com/group. That's theplantedrunner.com/group.
The Planted Runner is sponsored by Liquid IV. Did you know that I was a Class 5 whitewater rafting guide in my 20s? For 3 summers, I guided guests down some of the wildest rivers in the West while the sun beat down on us and the icy water kept us cool. Hydration at the time was a rinsed out orange juice jug roped to the raft. Thankfully, today we have superior hydration. Liquid IV delivers longer lasting hydration than water alone. And right now you can get 20% off your first order with code PLANTED at checkout. I love the mandarin orange flavor and rely on it after every workout. Just one stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Soak up unforgettable moments with on-the-go hydration from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code PLANTED at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code PLANTED at liquidiv.com.
Welcome back to The Planted Runner. This is Coach Claire Bartholic. Building running fitness is hard, and it takes a long time training. That's a big part of why we are so scared to lose it. We don't want to move backwards. We want to build. But of course, you're not losing fitness on a rest day. In many cases, the rest day is exactly what allows the previous workouts to become productive adaptations instead of accumulated fatigue. I learned this lesson the hard way years ago during marathon training. I thought being a dedicated runner meant always doing more. I worked up to running 90 miles a week on top of a full-time job and raising 2 little kids. I ran doubles and only took a full rest day every 7 to 10 days. The more I did, the more I improved, which only made me want more. But eventually my body stopped cooperating. My sleep got worse, my motivation dropped, and my runs started feeling flat no matter how hard I worked. I stopped improving and I started breaking down. Looking back, it wasn't a fitness problem, it was a recovery problem. And this is what happens to so many runners. They ignore the early warning signs because they think running is supposed to make you feel tired, right? But constant fatigue is not a badge of honor. It is often a signal that the body is no longer adapting well to stress. One of the healthiest mindset shifts you can make as a runner is understanding that rest does not need to be earned. Recovery is not a reward that you receive only after complete exhaustion. It's a biological requirement for growth and adaptation. Research on recovery and athletic performance shows that strategic rest improves consistency, resilience, and long-term performance outcomes. The athletes who perform best over decades are usually not the ones who can push the hardest every single day. They're the ones who recover well enough to stay healthy and consistent year after year. And if you struggle to completely do nothing on rest days, that's okay too. Sometimes it's helpful to focus on activities that regulate the nervous system without adding more physiological stress. Easy walking, yoga, gardening, reading, or light movement can help create a sense of calm without turning recovery into another performance metric. The key is that recovery should leave your nervous system feeling safer, calmer, and more restored, not more stimulated and depleted. Let's imagine for a moment what it's like to truly rest physically and mentally. You trained hard the day before and you feel a good sense of accomplishment and a bit of fatigue knowing you worked your body well. You can look forward to your rest day because you don't need an alarm to wake you. You start your day slowly with nourishing food and no boxes to check today. You imagine your body working internally to repair the muscles you used the day before while you purposefully luxuriate at a slower pace today. You choose gentle, calming activities, perhaps with friends or family, knowing that your goal today is reset, not running. And if you still need that box to check, make one that says real recovery without guilt. And now it's time for this week's Mental Strength Minute. Fortify your mind in 60 seconds or less. Today's topic is allowing hope. When you have a big goal like a certain race time or completing something you've never done before, you may be tempted to follow the standard advice, don't get your hopes up. This is supposed to help you not get too disappointed if things don't go the way you want. But this is actually a terrible way to live. By not allowing yourself to enjoy the hope, you are denying yourself of joy in the present. You are limiting delight, which does nothing to soothe disappointment in the future, if the disappointment even happens. If you instead allow yourself to purposefully have high hopes, you get to enjoy the process, regardless of the outcome.
Thank you for listening to The Planted Runner, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network. Don't forget that you can enter to win a free custom training plan for your next race and get featured on the show. Just write an Apple Podcast review and enter at theplantedrunner.com/PRLab. Of course, reviews are the #1 way to boost this show's reach, and it's a great way to tell me what you'd like to hear next because I read every single one. Have a great run today.